Hey guys, today I'm going to be demonstrating the usefulness of the insert into select function in MySQL. The insert into select statement is useful for copying data or output from one table and inserting it into another table. Some key things to note are that the function requires the data types in the source and target tables match. So if you try and insert an integer into a column whose data type is string, you're going to get an error. Also, the existing records in the target table are unaffected by running this query. Next, I'm going to show you two different ways of using the function. In our first example, we have the code insert into table 1, select star from table 2. What this is going to do is copy all the data from one table and insert it into another table. Some big things here are that both tables must have an equal number of columns for this to work. So if table 2 only has 5 columns and table 1 only has 3 columns, you're going to get an error. Also, you can see that we have a where condition here. And this is just a where clause which will extract only the data that fulfills a specified condition, which can be whatever you want. In our second example, we have the code insert into table 1, column 2, column 3, select C1, C2, C3 from table 2. And what this is going to do is it's only going to copy some columns from table 2 and insert those into table 1. Some big things here is that the number of columns you're inserting into has to match the number of columns you're selecting from. And again, the data types must match. So C1's data type must match column 1's data type, or else you will get an error. Next, we're going to show you some real SQL examples to get a better idea of this. So as you can see, we've created two tables. The first is the customer table, which has 4 columns, customer ID, first name, last name, city, and it has 5 rows. Next is the employee table, which has 5 columns, employee ID, first name, last name, city, and store ID, and it also has 5 rows. And what we want to do here is insert all the employees into the customer table. Now we can't use the select star from version of the function because employee has 5 columns, whereas the customer table only has 4 columns, so it won't work. So the code we ran is insert into customer, first name, last name, city, select first name, last name, city from employee. And this is the output we get. As you can see, Rosie, David, Regis, Rosie again, and Nicholas have been inserted into the customer table, and the first 5 rows that were originally in the customer table have been unaffected. An important thing to note here is that you can probably tell we haven't added a customer ID, yet the rows that got inserted got a customer ID. This is because when we wrote the code for the create customer table, we added an auto increment function which just auto increments the customer ID from the last row, making it a unique ID for the row that's being inserted. So when Rosie got inserted, it just went 1 up from Milky, which was 9, and so the customer ID was 10. And it just did that for all of them. Now I'm going to do a live SQL example where the function has a where statement just to show you guys that. And as you can see, the tables are back in their original state, each with 5 rows. And this is the function I'm going to run. As you can see, we have a where store ID equals 100, so only Rosie and David should be inserted into the customer table. And now I'll run it and show the customer table again. And there you go. As you can see, Rosie and David have been added. The insert into command is especially useful in scenarios where you have multiple tables with similar data that are being used in different contexts. So this could be a situation where you have multiple user roles and each user can have more than one role, or you have products that can use multiple packaging options. So that's it for the insert into function. I hope you guys found this video useful, and thanks for listening.